Oh my God. I'm going to have to get a checklist because I never checked the sound. What would I do without you, William? I thank you, Let It Be. You know, you let me know first. But man, I've been doing that a lot. So I vow, and you guys are watching this, February, what is it, the 4th? The 4th, never let it happen again. So I have a ritual. I don't know why that's not on my ritual. I'm looking around to write my, I don't really think I need to write down. We have a clock ritual, right? Why why not a sound ritual? We always run a clock on our shenanigans here. Oh, let's put this back. So it's gonna be a short one because apparently everything broke yesterday, right? All of the Russia gating, right? A lot of people are beginning to think that this attack. I've got incense burning in the background for the first time because all the windows are open. Uh we could open this a little more. I don't know. I don't like being cold, but the briskness of the cold, I'm always for. So I'll crack my windows to get the biting like chill on me and be like, oh, that's awesome. And then I close the window. Then I go back to it. Right? You don't want to be out in the cold just freezing. But every now and then it's you know what it's like? It's like cold water or try this if you live in like a cold place. If the kids are out playing in the snow or whatever, throw some clean but warm towels in a dryer and give that to people when they come in. How grateful they'll be. The idea of a hot hand towel on your face and your hands and your cold ears when it's like 20 degrees outside. If you not everybody has a dryer, you know. But yeah, just they will love you forever. So these small kind of thing, but yeah, now it's just freezing. Um let's put that there. Um all these people leaving Spotify. I think that's sort of funny. I actually had my first musical kind of like awakening. I kind of figured out in my mind's eye all these chords that I didn't need to keep using, like C chord, right? Is a C, E, and G chord, right? Right, C, E, and G chord. And I was using, and I was using the sanded one. Dun, 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 dun. Had trouble with the F chords. I was like, man, these are the two chords that everybody should be getting down. The C chord is like, middle C is just right. I'm really just bad at this. So I have this thing on my phone. I'll show it to you. Uh, there's some of this you'll need to see. Right. So my screensaver is a fretboard. You know. So every now and then, I stare at it. I just kind of like I have 5 screens. I have one where there's nothing on it of just one thing. And I just stare at the fretboard and lay in bed and go, all right, I think I know what these numbers are. So after staring at it on and off for about 6 months now, where it was June when we started and it's February. So we're beyond the 6 month mark, which is nice. Year mark will be June. So we'll see. All I know is this. On the 1st of June, I knew nothing about music. On the 1st of December, I knew more than I did on June 1st. How's that? I'm not gonna say I'm but yeah, I it's a good thing. So um yeah, music has been on my mind all day. That's what I've been doing. I've also decided to try and probably get an instructor for the what is going on here. Maybe if I do that. There you go. I was trying to get I was thinking about getting a tutor for some of it and just keeping the guitar as a self-taught learning tool. I can do it myself kind of thing, just see if I can. Because I'm having sort of success with it. And I don't want anybody to come in and go, oh, well, you did good by yourself, but this is what you really need to do, and just sort of undo me. Then I don't want to do it anymore. So I'm drunk on the idea of this, and I'm still running with it, and that's where we're at. All because politics became a shit show, and I couldn't take it. And now, right on time, politics has become a sort of a shit show for everybody, and a lot of people can't take it. Uh, so a couple of things. Michael Avenatti, who is Trump's, where's my wallet? Do I have? Who is Trump's adversary, right? He was the attorney. Well, he wasn't really Trump's adversary. Let's just, but he was. All right, let's put this here, and let's put this over here. On this so that doesn't float away. And I need this. So he was Trump's adversary. Yeah, that guy's a mess. It looks like he's going to jail for like 50 years, right? He's got 3 federal trials. He's been convicted of 1, which I think each count could have gotten him 20 years. He was convicted of like 5 counts. Then he was convicted today of 4 federal counts that could land him in jail for 20 years. And there's a 3rd trial that he has yet to be convicted on. So this is the thing, people. If you're a shady person, you might want to keep that in mind when somebody comes to your door to put you on national television. Because there will be people who go, that dude robbed me and I can prove it, or that dude was a shitty business partner and I can prove it, or that dude did X and I can prove it. Right? All the people will come out of the woodworks because now let's say you are a big fish in a small town. Now you're a small fish in a giant ocean. And unless you're a big fish in the giant, unless you're a big fish in the giant ocean, here's the thing. He's on the phone. He's trying to talk to the dog. They let the dog walk down the path. Don't even get me started. All right, so where was I? Why am I whispering? Completely lost my train of thought. All right, so anyway, Michael Avenatti looks to be going to jail for a very long time because he was a shifty, shaky, shicey lawyer. He's the kind of lawyers I complain about, right? They're essentially referees who are also playing the game, right? They're essentially judges. No, not judges. They're judges who are judges. But it's essentially they know the secret rules to this shit that you don't know, and they can abuse them at will. And that's what America has always done. This is why black people don't own any of our music, but any of the music black people have created, or 1,000 Dirty Tricks. Right? So, everyone should have a lawyer in the family, but they make that impossible because that will give up the game. They have to drive you to needing them to do whatever it is you need, right? So now they're telling you what all your problems are as they sell you drugs for your problems. It is what it is, man. Looks like he's going to jail for a long time. Meanwhile, what's Trump doing? Golfing, right? I mean, I talk a lot of swag on this podcast, which has no name, oddly enough. Talk a lot of swag on it. But, my swag is limited. I realize this. So my talk has to be limited, right? I'm not going to be wildly ridiculous, but I will call you out on what people need to know that you need to be called out for. All this other personal shit, like someone just lost a lawsuit to this rapper Cardi B by saying she was a prostitute and she put coke bottles in her vajujos and all this other stuff. And she lost $1.5 million, which is like, you could work 2 lifetimes, you wouldn't make that money. And meanwhile, other people who have ridiculous problems are just blowing that on dumb shit like boats, right? There's something really fucking I think she's sketchy. I think she was, but that's me thinking that. I'm not telling you I know she was, like I was in a room, right? So this is how I couch my opinion of people. It's my opinion. I think she's shaky as fuck. I think she is as moral as fuck. And I think, yeah. But, there's a lot of lawyers now who were strippers and prostitutes who put themselves through all these high-end school. Every now and then, some young woman is murdered, and then they find out that she was a co-ed, at least when I was in New York, co-ed at NYU, who was a dancer to make money for school. But she was really prostituting, and then she ran across some random idiot box who killed her, and the family cannot believe it. But we do things our families don't want us to do, right? Guys out here selling drugs, and all of a sudden, his family, yeah, he was selling fentanyl or heroin or whatever from his college dorm, and parents can't believe it. So it happens. Minneapolis police shoot and kill a black man on the couch during a no-knock warrant targeting someone else. So this is what happened with this. No, it's not my pit bull. No. Oh, my neighbor's got a tiny little Chihuahua dog. I mean, he's a cute dog. I love dogs. He's just not trained. They're not training him. And he's annoying because he barks and they don't care. It's like they don't do anything with the dog. Then they let the dog walk up and down the path, and the dog shits on the path. They're full of grass everywhere. Why are you walking on the 3-foot path when there's 30 feet of grass everywhere? It doesn't make any sense. So, the police killed this guy. First, apparently there's video, right? A body cam. So they creep in on their no-knock warrant with the key. I don't know how they had the key. They open the door. Once the lock is open, go, please, and the guy wakes up. He had a legal license for his gun. Wakes up with his gun, stands. He's on the couch. Shoot him 3 times, dead. Don't know what happened. Who's in the apartment? All he know, he wakes up and he's instantly not awoke anymore, right? And now the cops are like, oh, he had a gun, Mulligan. And I'm like, his fucking house. He has the right to have a gun. He's an American citizen. You need to explain yourself of sneaking in there, the wrong house, by the way, and killing someone that you weren't looking for. And then your bullshit excuse of, Mulligan. We're cops, we can make these mistakes. Back to the barbecue. Like no one's going to miss this guy. This is the second one. A few years ago, they did this shit, and the guy ran out from the back door, and they shot him with a shotgun and killed him, 4 a.m. We write the laws and we can do whatever we want, and no one's ever wrong or dirty. Or even if it's an honest mistake, there's no such thing as any accountability in anyways. You're looking for the wrong person, and you kill this guy. Yeah, I keep saying it's gonna come down to shooting it out because people and man, and if you look around, people do not always tell you why people do what they do. So they're going, oh, 2 cops here and 2 cops there, and yeah, you better start counting. When was the last time it happened? I remember that happening. Wow, well, this year's happened 3 times. That's you know, and then the unions and the police chiefs cry, cop victimhood. It's a dangerous job. There are bad dudes out there, but there are also sinister cops. So now the bad dudes are after the sinister cops or all cops or whatever. But the idea is that they are bad dudes. It's not like they won't do the bad thing, and you're rigging the case against them in a place where they would rather shoot it out than go to jail, and that's becoming more and more prevalent. And in that group, there are always going to be some who are spiteful, right? I will be proactive, and we've seen a couple of police assassinations. Quite frankly, I'm not even going to call them assassinations, but they were snuck up on and shot. Right? Assassination makes it sound like political. I think assassination should be used for uh, large figures, political figures, important figures. Not like rappers don't get assassinated. You know what I mean? Uh, B cops don't get assassinated. The random soldier shot in a mall or whatever doesn't get assassinated, right? They throw these terms around so they can kind of own you, and you better know who's throwing the turns around and what they want from you. And then, oh, they want you to feel sad for this cop, or they want you to feel sad for this politician, or they want you to feel sad for this, you should go, hold on, wait, what is it about this police officer? What is it about this person that they want me to feel sorry for? Why are they trying to engender sorrow for this guy, but they want me to hate this guy? Maybe I should look at this guy that they're trying to get me to hate and see what's that about. Maybe I shouldn't hate that guy. Uh so yeah, it's that kind of thing. Um Killed in your house. I mean, do we even want to read the story? Do you guys know the story? And then it's shit like this, this is propaganda. This story by CNN, this is just fucking propaganda, right? The face of the new generation of police in America, and there's three black people and a woman. Everybody's grinning. Everybody's a beat cop, instantly fired if they go, that guy did something wrong. It's all propaganda. You haven't changed shit. You're just writing happy stories about tomorrow. It's exactly what made Barack Obama president. All this hope and change shit. People want change, and they're calling you to account. And here you are. Oh, look at this woman walking a beat in Atlanta, Georgia. Oh, America's. Oh, look at this guy walking a beat in. She's here from Honduras. She's the first generation. Oh, why do you want me to love the redirection of police on a day when you have this story about the cops blowing a guy away, essentially sneaking into his house, and when he wakes up out of a cold sweat to defend himself in his house because he fell asleep on the couch, you kill him. 3 rounds to the chest, all on video. Now you're telling me, oopsies. We're not racist, but this is just a tragedy. This is the sixth tragedy this year. But it's just a tragedy. You know, cops are overworked, and it's also sad. It's nobody's fault. Let's go back to barbecuing. See you at the next fucking presser about the next person that we killed. It don't make any sense. Eric Adams is doing a Michelle Obama. Okay, first of all, I got a problem with that, William. Uh, Michelle Obama wasn't trying to make anybody vegan. She did say you should eat more vegetables, and people lost their shit about it. She didn't mandate that you do anything. So the people who had an issue with Michelle Obama saying, have a carrot occasionally, are the same people who ran up and, let them eat their fucking uh, steak for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, clog the heart, and then they want you to come and be the nurse for them, and they don't want you to pay. They don't want to pay you a living wage when you do it. Fuck those people, right? These are also the people who don't want to wear masks. They always got some shitty thing to say about somebody, especially along racial lines, right? So, having said that, this whole Eric Adams thing and vegan Fridays, school is sometimes for experimentation, right? And by that I mean you try new things, you read new stuff. Sometimes you eat new shit. See what happens. Uh, you should be able to opt out of that though, right? But there a religious philosophy with veganism? What's the difference between being a vegan and being a vegetarian? Uh that might run into some consequences. But if you can strike peanuts rather, from all schools in New York because a handful of them had peanut allergies, then I don't see why you can't have a vegan Friday. But first of all, the food is trash Monday through Thursday anyway. So I'm pretty sure the vegan Friday you might want to look at because it might be just sticks and leaves from like the yard on a plate because New York is really slipping, and it was slipping when I was a kid and in school there. He should have just went with the meatless Monday since it already exists. Well, but he's allowed to try new shit. Why can't he try new shit? Why can't he try new shit? It's vegan. It's on Fridays, 1 day a week. Try 3 weeks and complain about it. You know what they took out of school? Gym. How about less veganism and more fucking gym? Right? There used to be a presidential physical fitness standard, and there's not anymore. I think people are complaining about all the wrong shit. At least your kid get a meal. Some kids don't even get meals. And those who do are charged for it, and they shouldn't be charged for it. So there's always going to be something. But in the grand context of school, because when you say this to me, I think of it two tracks: the whole Michelle Obama thing and the history of that. I gave my disclaimer on that, as well as the history of food in New York City, not so much everyone else. And then on top of that, school lunches across the country, which are poor, and in some places they don't let the kids feed them if their lunch allotment is overdue or drawn every now and then. That makes the paper, and we're like, what? You're gonna let a 5-year-old go hungry because his mother can't? What? You know? So yeah, it's that. So in the context of shit, it's not that bad to complain about. If he said, "Oh, Friday, bring your own lunches because we're not going to feed you on Fridays," I would have a problem with that. But this, I don't have a problem with. Somebody check my logic. Tell me if that makes any sense to you. I'm curious. Because remember, I said Whoopi was right about the thing, right? And we talked about it here when it happened. And it turns out that we ran across a tweet. I wish I would have kept it because it was such a good tweet. But we just recorded. It's not like we didn't record the show. We recorded the show, so I can go back a couple of days and find it. But the tweet essentially was like, you're looking at this from an American point of view of racism and mistreatment, right? Black versus white. And that's the way I was looking at it. Versus you should be looking at it in the context of what it was there now and then, which is all white people and their own issues. But the issues can be called racial issues, even though it's not as 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 we look, you know what I mean? As we looked at it. So I mean, master race, yeah, they wanted to be the master race. They thought the Jews were a shitty race, but they thought it was racism, right? Um, and I never thought about that. I never fucking thought about that. I just was like, but again, they did kill. Check the show title. They did kill uh a lot of Jews and gypsies. What is the show title? It's Friday, right? It's Friday. Man, oh good lord. I forgot what my show title is. I'll check it out. Let's go over here. Where is my other there I is. Where are bees? Ba, 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 ba. Ba-ra-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta. Man, whew. It's a windy, warm January Friday. Okay. All right. What's wrong with that title? Check the show title. All right. William, get at me. What are you talking about? There's nothing wrong with the show title. It's windy. It is windy. It is Friday, right? It's not Saturday, is it? You're killing me. It is Friday. Why you making me paranoid, man? Oh no. It is you know you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna act like that didn't happen. I can probably slide in here and the last oh good lord. It's funny because what was I thinking of January? I think I was thinking January because my birthday was in January and I was having some issues. What up, man? I got Ted in the chat. Ted's gonna say something mean to me. Be nice to me, Ted. Edit stream details. All right, let's edit the stream details. Swindy Wom. February. There you go. Goes gravy. Good lord. Um, save dream stream details. There you go. Whew. Come on, you tell me. Check the show title month. What month is it? Look at you, Ted. You're just see. Come on, man. All right. So what now? I wonder if it sent it out to YouTube and YouTube changed it. Let's see what happens if I. Nope. I guess I'll slide into YouTube and change it later. But yeah, it is what it is. Man, it looks like I managed to get 4 extra days. So to me, it's January the 35th, 2022. Yeah. Uh Outrageousness is going on here. Uh, this week we're changing guitar strings. Don't even ask me why. Oh, yeah. Don't even ask me. Don't even ask me. Don't even ask me. All right. All right. So, wow, it's cold now. What's the temperature outside?
It's 41 degrees outside.
It's 41 degrees outside. When I asked that at the top of the show, it was 57 degrees. 47. That's 10. That's 25 minutes ago. Good gravy. That's 16 degrees in 25 minutes. How you doing, Biz? I hope you're having a good Friday. Uh, my man Biz has a home shopping, Home Depot addiction. What do they call that? Home repair, home improvement. It's a home improvement addiction. Uh, Good to have. So, what did we cover? We covered Michael Avenatti. Looked like he's going to jail for life. We covered. We didn't really do. Are we going to read it? I don't really want to read it. It's depressing. Because I got to find the name of that other guy that died in the same way on a no-knock warrant, and they haven't looked into Breonna Taylor's shooting. She died last year in March, right? Killed her next to a 9-year-old. No one goes to jail. Uh let's just hit the he was 22 years old. Okay, Amir Locke, 22, died of multiple gunshot wounds according to the Hennepin County Medical Examiner. Minneapolis released police body cam footage of the deadly shooting of 22-year-old man killed when an officer entered an apartment serving a no-knock warrant. Amir Locke was shot early Wednesday morning as he was trying to sit up on a couch in his friend's living room where he lay with a gun. Why was he in his friend's living room? I got all kind of questions, but it's still he was still there legally. Eddie Van Halen, Stevie Ray Vaughan, Paul McCartney, Jimi Hendrix all could not read music. That is true. That is true. Most guitarists don't read music. Most people don't read music. That's not true. Most guitarists don't read music, but most pianists read music, right? It's just a weird anomaly of the guitar. You can learn to play it without reading music. You can sort of suss it out. A lot of people do. Easily taught to each other. Like people get riffs and stuff. Um, but remember, when we started this, I was going to learn music, and that's what I've been doing. I'm learning music via a guitar, but I'm learning music. Amir Locke was shot early Wednesday morning as he was trying to sit up on a couch in his friend's living room where he lay with a gun. At a news conference Thursday, Minneapolis interim police chief Amelia Huffman said the warrant was tied to a homicide investigation in St. Paul that Locke was not named in. So, her trying to make this coach is like, oh no, but it was a homicide investigation. So dangerous, deadly killer. That's why we had to homicide, not a traffic stop or jaywalking, homicide. Yeah, but you're still fucking incompetent. You're at the wrong place. You killed a person who didn't need killing. 22 years old. You committed a homicide while looking for a homicide committer. Idiot. The logic doesn't make any sense here. Whoever shows up to these press conferences you need to hire somebody. So you can go, okay, no, I'm not gonna write it for you. I want to hear what you wrote, then read it back to me so I can fucking take this bitch apart and tell you what's wrong with that statement. And then you write another one with what I just told you in mind, and then let me hear it again. That way it's not bullshit. It's at least sincere. Oh, this was my blind spot and I didn't see it. He told me about it, and I guess it's true. You know, This is the thing about I'm gonna bring Asians into this. This is my thing about the Asian community or the gay community or these other fucking people who claim to be minorities. Whenever I get into them, I always say that there's a fucking body count. So before you tell me about racism and whatever isms you got going on, I've got a body count that I can pull up. Institutionalized bullshit that I can point to. And like I said on this show a couple of days ago, there's never been a tower that been funded by black people, black banks, black anything. So completely under thumb is what we are. Oh my gosh. And then you march, and the people who claim to march with you go, yeah, yeah, but first, as a white woman, I'm agreed by the male, what they calling it? Patriarchy. And you sit here going, patriarchy. Okay. All right. Um, yeah, so Amir Locke was shot early Wednesday morning as he was trying to sit up on a couch in his friend's living room where he lay with a gun. You had to throw that where he lay with like he's caressing the gun. He laying on that couch with a gun. We had to write that in there because, I'm about to speak of the raid in Syria in a second. We got this, well, I wouldn't even call it distraction. What time is it? Okay. Okay, we got time. Uh At a news conference, Thursday, Minneapolis interim police chief Amelia Huffman said the warrant was tied to a homicide investigation in St. Paul, and the lock was not named in the original search warrant. Not named in the original, like this, like he's named in the subsequent search warrant. Wait, is he named in the search warrant? No, then what are you talking about? What is with this sentence? He's not named in the original. It's all these fucking funny words they play with that if you're not paying attention, they skate right through, right? But they lead you with the sense that everything's either copacetic or someone's guilty. But it's all, man. I could make a killing writing these fucking reports. I really could. At this point, it's unclear if or how he's connected to St. Paul investigation, but they are continuing to work dedicatedly on the case. She said it's unclear if or how. Wait a minute. It's unclear if he was. That says we don't know if he was involved or not. So how can he not be on the original, right? If you knew he was involved, he'd be on the original. If he's not involved then, and he's not named in any subsequent warrants, see, this is they're already just talking fucking shit. Why no one trusts you. And I'm saying, I'm sure that there are accidents because it is dangerous work. And no one's gonna believe when the accidents happen because you've got a history of just lying. These events unfolded in seconds, but the trauma is long lasting. Go write Hallmark cards. A young man lost his life and his friends and family are in mourning. During a Friday morning news conference, civil rights attorney Ben Crump criticized the way the raid was conducted, saying that the Locke family was just flabbergasted at the fact that Amir was killed in this way. They didn't even give him a chance. My son was executed on 2/2 of 22, Locke's mother, Karen Wells, said, according to AP. Locke's family said he had no criminal record and had a legal permit to carry a weapon. And why wouldn't you? Have a legal permit. Why would you leave it home? Jeff Storm, an attorney for Locke's family, tells people that loved one described him as a motivated, ambitious, kind kid who everyone really liked. Earlier Friday, Hennepin County Attorney Mike Freeman said he asked Attorney General Keith Ellison and the Minneapolis Attorney General's office to work with his office to review the shooting. Ellison agreed and released his own statement Friday. Amir Locke's life mattered. Oh, I'm sick of this fucking phrase. He wrote he was only Amir Locke's life mattered. He wrote, I'm not even going to say it. He was only 22 years old, and he had his whole life ahead of him. His family, his friends must now live the rest of their lives without him. I promised Locke's family and all Minnesotans that we will work with the excuse me, that we will work with the Hennepin County Attorney's Office to conduct a fair and thorough review of the Bureau of Criminal Apprehension's investigation and that we will be guided by the values of accountability and transparency. And I don't believe you. Freeman also announced in his statement that he reached out to retired Judge Daniel Mabley, presently the chief criminal deputy in the Hennepin County Attorney's Office, to head up his office. We will be working. The first thing they do is they just lick off shots. We will be working with the Minnesota Bureau of Criminal Apprehension to ensure a thorough and complete evaluation, he said. Therefore, we will decide together based on the law and evidence whether criminal charges should be brought. The idea that you as a policeman can just randomly kill people and be like, "Good, mulligan," is bullshit. I don't hear how tough the job is and split-second decisions. It's bullshit. I said it before and I said it again. I work with a guy who killed 7 people. And the NYPD just wallpapered all of them. Righteous shoots, give him an award, move him to a new unit. I was like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" No one, most people don't shoot anybody on that job, and he killed 7 people. Same arrogant bullshit. If you looked at him today, you can send him to jail for murder. None of the and there's that he's I'm saying that boldly and arrogantly because nothing's gonna happen to that guy. Because there's tons of them all over the country. There's armies of them who've done this shit and had it fixed by the justice system. And now people are trying to use this energy to get into elected office while talking about it. They're not going to do anything about this. The investigation led them to identify several suspects in 3 locations in the city. It was a murder investigation. So now you've got several suspects in 3 locations. That sounds like a drug investigation. The investigation led to the identity of several suspects in 3 locations in the city of Minneapolis. She said both no-knock warrants and a knock warrant, both a no-knock warrant and a knock warrant. Search were obtained for those locations so that the SWAT team could assess the circumstances and make the best possible decision about entry. The body cam footage shows the officers entering the apartment with a key before yelling police search warrant. They got in with a key. See, you're supposed to be able to read the fucking search warrant. It's not a magic wand where you do whatever the fuck you want. They're supposed to be able to come to your door and go search warrant. You're supposed to have time to open the door. Not everybody's fletching drugs or getting a gun. And once you open the door, you're supposed to be able to read it. Now, they may walk past you into your house while you're reading it, but you should be able to read it. And all I see is search warrants, people getting shoved to the ground, gunned in their face and told to shut up. Nobody gets handed a fucking thing. And the thing is, you don't know your rights. You don't know they can't do this to you. And when you do, they beat you up. And what happens? A judge okays it. Yeah. What I've been saying? Nobody's interested in marching anymore. It's your ass. Congratulations. Stuff fucking doesn't make any sense. Murdering people. Search warrant, blam, blam, blam. What? What? You could have got this guy if you're sitting on a house and you work 24 hours a day on the exit of the home. Right? They're not holed up there like it's an Al Qaeda fortress. They gotta go to get milk and bread and eggs and cheese and toast or whatever. Some of this stuff just doesn't need to happen. Doesn't need to happen. The body cam footage. Let's read that last paragraph again. The investigation led to identifying several suspects in 3 locations in the city of Minneapolis. She said both a no-knock and a knock warrant, search warrant, were obtained for those locations so that the SWAT team could assess the circumstances and make the best possible decision about entry. The SWAT team, you sent the SWAT team in for a no-knock warrant, then you were sending somebody in to get murdered. Should have sent the warrant team in. Don't you have a warrant team? And if he's so dangerous that you sent the SWAT team in, I get a no-knock warrant. But then he wasn't there and you killed an innocent person. And your position is what? Oh, tragedy. We're gonna investigate. Trust us, we investigate all the time, and we always agree with us. Fuck your marches. Da 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 da. Let's get it going. Yeah, I think the Black Lives Matter marches, I think might have been the last marches you see from the black community in America. Especially when white kids started showing up with AR-15s and shooting up the joint. I think the new American civil rights movement is going to be a lot starker. So nobody be fucking surprised when it comes to being. And the thing about that is you will see all these liberals instantly go, oh, violence, oh my God, yeah, yeah, no, just kill them all. Because that's exactly what they did in the 60s with the Black Panthers. We want to slow roll this as much as possible at our pace to fix all this. And people are going, no. And then it's going to be the same old us versus them shit. But like I said, you've been watching people show resistance to their state governments for 50 for at least 25 years. When was the first Iraq War? 91, right? You've been watching it since about 91. When was the first Gulf War?
Here's what I found.
1990 to 91, war between Iraq and the coalition forces. Yeah, they've been blowing shit up then, and you've been watching it. Your kids have been playing video games about killing, killing, killing. They've been sitting in school reading books about dystopian worlds, Hunger Games, and fucking Maze Running, all this shit. You've conditioned them to be ready for this moment. Don't believe America. I don't know why America's so. And all these people are the adults now. All this counterculture people, they all got a trophy. All of them when they were 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Right? A lot of them parents paved the way for an easy life in college, with money. They're wholly inept for I would say the real world, and I think the real world is coming to claim a lot of us, right? So we're gonna see. And now nobody, I mean, you've got no civil rights leaders or come and talk to the black community and be like, we can march, we can organize, maybe we should calm down, maybe we should boycott this, maybe we should. You got none of that. And once the way shit happens is popcorn. One will pop, and then another will pop someplace else, and then another will pop. And before you know it, you have popcorn. I've been in my mind's eye tracking these police shootings. I'm just kind of like, oh, okay, all right. But don't say everybody's a savage. That's what they do. They just kill cops because they just like it. No, this all you can buy your own propaganda. I don't know who you're talking to, but I mean the energy of it is sadly long in coming, and the people in charge could have prevented it, and they chose to get rich. The SWAT team. Body cam footage shows officers entering the apartment with a key before yelling police search warrant. Once inside, officers approached surrounded Locke, who was asleep. So they creep in, right? They yell search warrant. They run in. He's still asleep. He doesn't hear well, he can't hear the open. They creep in. He didn't hear that first initial. I can just like get up and go to school. And you're like, huh? You go back to sleep. That whole thing, right? Police search warrant, huh? And then they're all standing around him like an execution squad. Was he cradling the gun? Did he have the gun in his waistband? Where was this gun? Because you could have picked it up and put it, and then you could have woke up, and then you could have had him in handcuffs and explained what was. Where was the gun? I got so many questions about this. For fucking God's sakes! Oh my gosh, I'm losing my mind on this one. It's making me mad. What? Okay, let's check the chat. Uh, I'm going to be speaking right now. What about the guy that killed other guy because he put mayonnaise on his sandwich? I haven't heard about that one, but that sounds about typical. That kind of killing sounds more about I'm sick of your bullshit than mayonnaise on the sandwich. And that's look, the Gabby Gifford murder case where her boyfriend killed her on the road. Yeah, that's people who knew people who got in each other hair and got into some shit, right? That wasn't about camping. whether about hating camping or hating her. Yeah, falling down moments. Yeah, just kind of freaking snap. Uh, and it happens to people. People get hold of something, and it's different for everybody, and won't let go. You're like, man, she's gonna die on this hill. People lose their job. I'm not getting vaccinated. You're like, what? Right? But then after the smoke settles and all the energies are gone, they're like, God, what did I do? Right? Some people think that they were right. Yeah, it's that, but I mean, if you're fine with it, that's dying on principle, right? Maybe you'll win, maybe you won't, but that's principles. But some people, I'm not even talking about principle. I'm just talking about goofy shit that people can't let go of. And some people are crazy. The body cam footage for police search warrant. Police inside approach and surrounded Alak, who was asleep on the couch, wrapped in a blanket. As they got close, you can see, along with an individual emerging from under the blanket, the barrel of a gun which came out from the blanket and became more fully exposed as you move by frame through the video. And then the still shows three images of firearms in. Oh, wait a minute. He's under, they're around him. He's in a blanket. He rolls around, moves the blanket. He has a gun under the blanket. Can't you shoot your. I gotta see this video. I don't understand this. All right, so as they get closer, you can see, along with an individual emerging from under the blankets, along with an individual emerging from under the blankets, the barrel of a gun, which comes out from the blankets and becomes more fully exposed as you move frame by frame through the video, Huffman said. And frame by frame. That implied you slowed it down. How fast was this? Look, he could have just shot this guy and then was like, oh, gun. And then there just happened to be a gun there. Because, I mean, oh my God. And then Huffman said, and then the still shows the images of firearm in the subject hand at the best possible moment, when the light was fully on him. It shows him hold the gun at the best possible moment. Three shots were heard before the video ends. The officer had to make a split decision. It's always a split decision. Fucking bullshit. Decision to assess and circle and determine whether he felt like there was an articulable threat, that the threat was imminent, great harm. You know what? Yeah, this is coming down to fucking. He felt like there was a articulable, then he should have articulated threat, that the threat of imminent harm, great bodily harm, or death, and that needed to take action right there to protect himself and his partners. That's just legally, lawyerly bullshit she's talking right there. Ultimately, that decision, whether the threshold was met, will be examined by the counties. The shooting of Lock Spotlight, once again, the use of a no-knock warrant, the death of Breonna Taylor sparked national outrage after she was killed and no cop was fucking uh, after she was killed after police performed a no-knock warrant entry on her home in Louisville, Kentucky. That city passed an ordinance banning no-knock warrants. Like the case of Breonna Taylor, the tragic killing of Amir Locke showed a pattern of no-knock warrants having deadly consequences for Black people. Crump stated in a release that there's yet another example of why we need to put an end to these kinds of search warrants, that one day Black Americans will be able to sleep safely in their beds at night. That is never going to happen. In November 2020, Minneapolis formally formalized a policy saying that officers must announce their presence, when conducting a no-knock warrant. Sneak up on somebody with a gun and yell like it's surprise, it's your birthday. Look, no-knock warrants should be reserved for the most sinister people, and they're not. They're given to everybody. Anybody you want can get one. Some of these judges should be pulled off the bench for this kind of shit. In November 2020, Minneapolis formally formalized a policy saying that officers must announce their presence when conducting a no-knock warrant. Mayor Lucas Frey said at the time that the police will limit the likelihood of bad outcomes. What is particularly frustrating is the way the city seems to try to package and publicize it, that they were actually banning no-knock warrants, Storm tells people. It really doesn't feel like Minneapolis is learning any lessons. It sounds like Minneapolis repeatedly tried to say the right thing, but there is no action or implementation to suggest there is change. I just said that, right? They want to be seen saying the nice and pretty things, and they never fix the fucking problem. So now I think you've got a large population who are sick of you trying to fix the fucking problem. And the idea of tit for tat revenge, that tap was off, and now it's like a tap with a little drip every now and then. Doop, doop, doop. You wait till that tap gets it really running, right? Biden was already in New York talking about tough on crime bullshit to the cops, which is his way of shoring up the left wing nut jobs in New York who want to be able to fucking do whatever they want, just like these Southern yokels, right? Yeah, black people do not vote for Joe Biden. He's bad for you. Frey said at a Thursday press conference, the video raises about as many questions as does it answers. Quote unquote, the video raises about as many questions as it does answers. It raises answers? We intend to get answers as quickly as possible and transparent fashion, recognizing that as of tonight, not all those answers can be provided. Let's be clear, there's fucking video evidence. How are you always up to this debate video evidence now like it's a lie? It's video evidence. Fucking suck. You people fucking suck. You've made a horrible bed. State pursuit of top heavy tax cuts is disconnected from reality. Yeah, all right. All right. Let's look at this. Wait, what was that? Black Lives Matter what? What, where is it? Here it is. Am I close? All right. I'm sorry, guys. I'm right here with you. So there was a story. U.S. judge rejects Shkreli's objection to lifetime drug industry ban. Yeah, so he gets banned from the industry for a lifetime, but all these other people don't. Yeah, that's bullshit. Ban everybody, and it's just one judge who's just, judges really need to be looked into. This idea that we can do whatever we want and no, they're just emperors at this point, and they allow corruption to just thrive. Money is a vote. Ugh, for God's sakes. How former Governor Andrew Cuomo keeps taking others down with him. Ah! Essay. Anti-racists can't work alone. Okay, that's what it was. All right. So we should look that up. Politico. Adams defends dinner with Cuomo. Not gonna ride. Pandemic, Andrew Cuomo, man alone. March 2020? He's nuts and he's got a vendetta. Cuomo won't leave. Oh my God. I'm sorry. Here's the thing about this Cuomo shit. They're knocking out Adam defends dinner with Cuomo. New York City Mayor Eric Adams on Thursday defended his to have dinner this week with former Governor Cuomo. You can have dinner with fucking Cuomo. Now people want to tell you what, man, you had better watch some of this stuff. Put mayonnaise on the sign. Falling down moment. On Seinfeld, neighbors had an annoying little dog. They took him for a long ride. Oh my God. Hey Milton, good to see you. Cuomo accused of trying to burn down CNN after revelations led to President Jeff Zucker quitting. Look, okay, that whole here's let's get into this Jeff Zucker thing. All right, as I see it. I wish I had figures so we could. Tomorrow I'm gonna go to the One Cent store. Oh, thank you, Milton. I appreciate you. We're gonna go to the One Cent store and get like dolls. All right, so Andrew Cuomo was touching ladies' butts at work, right? Lady said, "That's it. I'm gonna go public with this." Um, while that happened, she was Andrew Cuomo's like not press secretary, the person who who's your gatekeeper. Rahm Emanuel was one for Obama. I forgot his name. Anyway, uh, I'm not even gonna look it up because it's gonna come to me. But she was his highest chief aide, right? Then she leaves that job and goes to CNN, right? Where she gets into just fucking her boss, quite frankly. Um Zucker. So fast forward, this woman goes, "Oh, the Andrew Cuomo is just handsy, ridiculous." So while this whole thing is going down, CNN is like, "Oh yeah," but she used to work for Cuomo, and she's like, you know, it's work, and people say things. We should go easy on this. So CNN was going really easy on Cuomo. Uh, his brother, especially, was like, "Oh, brother, you're awesome. What's up with touching them ladies?" They were like, bitches be crazy. Kind of whole energy on CNN with the Cuomo brothers, right? So then he quits. And then it comes out that Andrew Cuomo, who shouldn't have did his brother, and CNN and what's going on over there. Meanwhile, CNN had just been bought out by this giant conglomerate, AT&T, I think, right? CNN is owned by like AT&T, Warner Media, and they were like, "We don't like what's going on down there." And Jeff Zucker apparently was like, "We got it, these people, they're good people. Like, I can handle it, because they paid him a lot of money to come over from the Today Show, which he totally revolutionized, right? So they're like, "Yeah, all right, Jeff, you got it." So then this whole thing happens with Cuomo, the brother Andrew Cuomo, not Andrew, which what? Right. So wait, Andrew Cuomo's the governor. Who's the other one? Anyway, the newscaster brother, uh Andrew Chris, right? So Chris Cuomo, the newscaster brother, thank you, William. Chris Cuomo is now had this issue with women at work and all this other stuff and all the ridiculousness. And on top of that, I mean, this is journalistic integrity. What the fuck is up, CNN? Blah 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 blah. And then CNN goes, "All right, yeah, you know what? You and these," and she was there going, "It's his brother. We should go light on it," right? Because after they were like, "Yeah, it's your brother. What's that?" She was like, "We should go light on it. Their family shouldn't have done it. We should give them a suspension." People were like, "Ugh, I don't know." But someone at the top was like, "You know what? No, fuck this. Uh, he's fired. They fired him, right?" He was like, "What?" Not only did they fire him, they said, "You were inappropriate in the workplace per your contract, or inappropriate behavior, we can fire you for cause or whatever kind of shit." Now they've started doing that. They did the Les Moonves, right? Les Moonves didn't get his 120 million severance package from CBS, because he was diddling girls at work. Uh, so he was like, "Oh, you'll pay me my 18 million. Yeah, there's some shit that ain't come out, but that's gonna come out, and people just gonna be and da da da, right?" So it's not like I'm running around smacking people's women's ass and having sex with all these people, uh, looking out for my brother. And I just, you know, got drunk and flirted with a girl, touched her ass, and said I was sorry. Now I'm fired. Oh fuck this. So they think he gave up Zucker, who was having an affair with this woman, right? That's why they think CNN went easy on Chris Cuomo. Chris Cuomo came down and burnt down their house, right? He didn't want Chris Cuomo to get fired. She wanted Chris Cuomo to go like a 2-week suspension and look, well, just forget about it. Let's just bury this shit. She's the dirtiest hand in this thing. She's not letting people do their gig, right? The Zucker should have he shouldn't have been having sex, quite frankly. But he should have been like, we're gonna look at the rain. We're gonna punish Chris Cuomo for a month or two or whatever, and we're going to keep it moving. And they wouldn't have been able to say anything. But he just touched the girl's butt at a party and said he was sorry in a text message. Meanwhile, this guy is sleeping with this woman, destroyed her marriage, destroyed his marriage. She bought a house next to him. He tried to then install her on a show that someone else had, and they were already full, and I guess that host didn't want to there, so it all looks sketchy. So the question then becomes, what kind of network are you guys running over there? If everybody is sleeping with everybody and nobody can mention anything. Um, yeah, sketchy and dirty and filthy. And people are like, man, they're too executive. It wasn't like she's a secretary, and they're incestuous. They're incestuous. And they're not about honor or morality or any of that, because they would have had a little more respect for their own family members, right? So he's gone. There's a lot of people that he took care of at CNN who are also going to be fired because they got no rating and they suck. I think Don Lemon is one of them. Um, and she was supposed to take his place because they were like, "Woo, Zucker, you are just a fucking star." In a year, leave, like the Time media people were like, "Leave CNN. I mean, you did it at Today Show. You did it at CNN. We want you to leave CNN and come and take over Warner Media as a chairman or whatever." Like he was running CNN, which is one big organization, and a bunch of their giant big organization. They were going to let him run all of the organizations, and now he's out on his ass because And this is what it is, right? Diddling people in the workplace. These are the consequences. It's not just the coffee girl. I feel like my dad was doing like it's all these other people who will sleep. It's sleeping with you for corporate advancement and fuck your family, right? So I mean, that says something about the kind of people you're dealing with here. Um, and it also says that Chris Cuomo, who you hung out with forever, came down and burnt your house down, unless you know I wouldn't even say the stakes, just like the nature of the people that you're dealing with, right? This is why I always say they're your coworkers, they're not your friends, they're not your family, they're your coworkers. Treat them like your coworkers, be respectful, know the drama is, and don't get it wrong. Every now and then people fall in love at work. God bless you. I hope it lasts forever and you have a ton of kids and a beautiful life. But to jump from bed to bed to bed to bed to bed, from boss to boss to boss to boss to boss, is problematic. And it's a thing that a modern American uh, some modern American women do, and it's a tactic, and it's tolerated, and it shouldn't be. It is raining now. Woo, we can close this because the table's soggy. Ah, good Lord. Come on, come on, come on. Whew. Rain. Wait, is the other window open? All right, I gotta close the window, guys. It's open. I gotta write you a little song. So you ask for it. You need one. All right. Rain, rain, go away. All right. So it's raining. Okay. So Syria. This is what I'm hearing about Syria. Let's move on to the Syria story. That whole CNN Peyton Place story is ridiculous. It's a soap opera, and it's still unfolding. Excuse me. These people say what they say because the people who own them want them to say what they say, so they're in good stead with the politicians who are setting lying to us too. So remember that. This is just watching them get their comeuppance, and it's sort of interesting. Uh, all right, so Syria. Do you want to look up Syria? Let's close this and look up Syria. It's beginning to look like that ISIS guy that they killed. It's beginning to look like that story's a little sketchy as too. Just like the bombing at on the. Can y'all hear that? The rain on my window. I can't stand the rain against my window. All right. We have 10 minutes. Let's look up this terrorist that they killed. Just in time, because his poll numbers is shit. Raid targets ISIS leader came after months of planning. Biden detailed the U.S. raid in Syria that left ISIS leader dead. ISIS leader killed himself, family during U.S. raid in Syria. Biden says ISIS leader is dead after U.S. operation. 5 takeaways from U.S. raid that killed Osama. These are all the people who are always usually telling you the official story, right? We're going to call it that. U.S. evacuates 10 civilians during raid. Well, excuse me. President Biden, what does Watch the Post? President Biden declared that this horrible terrorist leader is no more as he spoke to the nation Thursday about a U.S. special operation counterterrorism mission in which Abu Ibrahim al-Hashimi al-Qurashi, the leader of the Islamic State militant group, was killed. Last night, operations took a major terrorist leader off the battlefield in the center. Oh, good Lord. Can't even. I can't even with fucking Biden. Here's what to know. In a statement early Thursday, Biden praised the skill and bravery of the American armed forces and said that all Americans have returned. All Americans have returned safely from the operation. The operation occurred days after Islamic State showed that it's still a threat, overrunning a prison in northeast Syria. Thursday marked the second time a U.S. operation targeted the head of the extremist group in Syria, rebel-held Idlib province. In October 2019, Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi, then the Islamic State leader, died during a raid on his military compound after detonating a suicide belt. Yeah, I heard sketchy shit about this raid. Don't get me wrong. Killing bad guys is preferable, especially these Al Qaeda terrorist guys who do all kind of evil. To everybody, right? They strap bombs to their own children to go and kill Americans, right? Uh, I kind of don't care. I kind of don't care. At this point in my life, I don't care about them or the women or the kids because they just raise the kids to blow up shit too, right? Um, but I heard some sketchy shit about it. And I'm like I said, I didn't dive into it too deep, so I don't really feel good talking about it, which is the first, right? So we'll talk about it tomorrow. We have 7 minutes. 7 minutes. Any questions? Give them to me. 7 minutes. All right. I don't think we did hear the real story. I really don't think we did. We haven't been hearing the real story from this government in a while, so. But see, that's the thing. I'm saying I don't think we heard the real story just from history, but I haven't read anything that I would openly say violated the dealio. Fretboard nonsense. When I started this operation, I actually wrote down all the guitar chords, trying to figure out what was what. And I was like, oh, I just write it out on. I bought these things. I'll just write on guitar board frets, and I'll just. I love it. All right, low battery Oh, I got 10. I don't think this is not gonna survive the battery. Uh so where is this? I guess, does anybody else have a topic other than that one? Because we're gonna be back tomorrow, 6 p.m. We can just cut this off. All right. We'll just cut that off. We'll be back tomorrow, Saturday, 6 p.m. Uh I want to talk politics, but I also want to game. And it's just been a month so far. It's already been ridiculous. Luckily, January. Oh, I'm sorry about that. Luckily, I was talking to my homie. Here's a bit of information. I was talking to my homie, um, and he was playing a game yesterday, and I was watching it. Yeah, YouTube isn't let me changing it. Uh, and I was watching it. Oh, I wonder if Twitch changed it. Where's Twitch at? And then I sort of fell asleep. No bigs, right? So today in the chat, he was like, "Yeah, you kind of passed out. We were talking about what the difference is. Is this the same thing? Mute this, okay? It's a warm Jan. I'm gonna have to change it there too. All right. Good lord, I have to do a fair amount of maintenance on my YouTube channel. I have my Twitch channel. Uh, so yeah, it's like the only thing different is that I stopped. I essentially stopped drinking like 2 months ago. Um, and now I'm tired all the time. I'm thinking True Armor After Dark. Do you own a smoking jacket? I could do a midnight show for like an hour or two. But I passed out on watching him play Bannerlord. I must have passed out around 10, right? Is that 10 is sort of respectable. I sort of woke up, he had disconnected, I cut everything up with the bed. But that was like 11, right? In the old days, I would fall asleep on you on a video game at like 2 in the morning. That was a little more respectable. But again, I was up at 4 in the morning. So I'm thinking if I get up at 5:36, like I kind of do in the summer when I was, running, maybe I'll be able to stay up to midnight. Maybe my natural window of being up, which I thought was 4 and 5 hours when I was drinking, because I could run like that. Maybe the drinking allowed me to stay up 3 hours longer than I should. And now instead of getting tired at like 12:31, 2 o'clock, I'm getting tired at like 10:30, 11, right? And one night I went to bed by 7. I mean, that's just crazy. But I also was gaming a couple of nights ago from like 11 to just out of the blue, 11:30 to like 4 in the morning. Uh your life is interesting. Your life, I mean, try and figure out why you're weird, right? Just you. Don't ask anybody. You got stuff you like to do that other people might go, "What in the freaking hooey?" Just see why, right? We're not all supposed to be the same thing. We're supposed to be unique, true, uh, but we're all the same. We're all the same flower, just slightly different. That's the magic of flowers. There's not one rose. There's not one daisy. There's not one lily, right? But they're all different and beautiful in their own way. And that's what you are. You're different and beautiful in your own way, but you're fucking not special. Even as you're special. Does that make sense to anybody? All right, boys and girls, men and women, sneakers and shoes, I guess. We are going to end this one. It's 8 o'clock. The rain in Spain stays mainly on the plain. We're going to end this one. I want to thank everybody. I hope to see you tomorrow. I want to thank everybody for coming through. I want to thank you, William, for helping with the sound and my giant mistake in the in the title. We'll fix that. Oh, amazing. So yeah, My guitar practice is horrible. I've got all the notes, all the chords with my guitar. I don't have any notes, I don't have any arpeggios. But what I keep getting is rattle. That, you hear that? That's not good. So it's supposed to be this. See, that's better. It's weak fingers. All right, I guess that's it for me. I want to thank everybody for coming through. I will be back tomorrow. See, the thing about this is you're sticking it in place. Oh, that's not good. Here you go. Oops. Why don't we cut that off? You'll stick it into place, and then you'll trip over the. Dang it. Then you'll trip over the strap. Right. It's so now not only do you go the guitar goes smashing to the ground, you're like, God dang it. But also you damn near fall over and smash your head into like the desk corner. And then you end up on one of those shows where they find you 6 weeks later and people go, well, he's a nice young man. He fed the homeless and the orphans and the midgets. And every time he came outside, birds sang because that's the only kind of people who ever die. No one ever goes, oh, that dude next to me? Yeah, he was an asshole. He totally deserved what he got. No one ever says that. Everyone who ever dies who ends up on TV is the most wonderful person ever. All right. I guess that is it for me. The most wonderful person ever. Let's close that. Uh, let's close that. And let's start gaming. It's Friday. I'm gonna go game. I really keep saying I'm gonna. Oops, excuse me. I really keep saying I'm gonna stream to Twitch, and I have yet to do it. I'm gonna make it a point to do it this week. Actually might do it tomorrow. I have a table full of. I have a, this. I need to fix this whole room. Uh, and I'm just not really crazy about the little. But as I watch more YouTube videos, this is beginning to pop up, and I'm not crazy about it there either. We'll see what happens. 48 hours. Oh my gosh. So yeah, remember guys, the society wants you to like something or hate something. You should always ask why. Uh, and you will be stressed. So you might want to pick up a hobby, re-pick up a hobby, or pick up a hobby or re-pick up a hobby. Yeah, get a new one or re-kick off the one that you had. If you've never had one, then get a new one. And if you had one that you enjoyed but you gave up, maybe reinvest in it. Uh, Try not to be miserable. The world is not perfect. You're gonna not get along with people. That's just you don't always like everybody you meet, just like you don't always hate everybody you meet. And some people you feel indifferent about. The people that you like, you know, let them know and try to spend a little more time with them. People you feel indifferent about, try to be less indifferent. Maybe you can like reach, not really reach out, but sort of like have a uh, what's the word I'm looking for? Uh, like a meeting of the minds kind of thing where you go, oh, well, I used to feel a different. I'm not the guys are right. I like them fine. So I guess make sort of allies out of people, but people that you hate are going to be people that you hate, and you're not going to like them, and that's just that. Doesn't make you bad, doesn't make them bad, right? But don't revel in not liking people. People, God, that song I hate. Oh, she just thinks she's so. Yeah, you should just go. Yeah, we rub each other the wrong way. Forget about it and act like they don't exist in the world. That way, you're not cultivating your anger and hatred muscle, right? I mean, you're still gonna have it. I mean, don't skip around and America wants you to be fake nice to everybody. Don't be fake nice to anybody. The people that you like, spend time with them. People that you don't like, be respectful of, like people at work. We have to work together. Don't mean we have to be friends. That's the kind of energy you need. And those kind of people are in your neighborhood, right? There might be a grocer at the store, all these kind of things. Um, Cuts down on the agita, cuts down. Everybody's a pugilist now. Everybody's perpetually angry at somebody. Bonus stream. I may do a bonus stream because I got to tell you, I've moved the stream up sort of unofficially. It's like 6:30 now. Uh, well, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I want to stream at night, but then I'm sort of tired. I mean, I work during the day, and if I didn't have to work to do that, I would be doing this. I could stream all day. I really could, but you know, read the paper, talk shit, bake a pie, just all the weird hippie crap that I learned growing up. Do it all on stream. Uh, fun and goofiness. All right, so it is 8:10. I got to move that clock, put it somewhere a little more easily viewable because now it's behind the music books that I haven't opened. Actually, that's not true. I flipped through it. One has a CD and one doesn't. And I just kind of went to YouTube and looked up piano chords. Psst. Did I cut it off? I did cut it off. All right. Anyway, all right. So that's it for me. Your homie, your dog, your boy. We'll see you tomorrow, 6:30. And I'll have a better sense of what the hell happened with that raid. Because the raid said he blew himself up at the top of the steps with like his woman and some kids. But it said that his lieutenant and his wife shot it out with them. Uh, but I think there's an anomaly, like there's a death count anomaly that's high. And if he blew up a bomb, he should have killed more people, like the soldiers, if the bomb was as big as you said it was. Um, but it wasn't. Did they just dust off every? Look, it's a war zone. I generally don't. I don't like perpetual war. That's my kick on war. We should need to fucking cut it out. Stop invading countries where they don't even have shoes. Everybody's running around in sandals and a dress. I hate to be short about it. Uh, we shouldn't be doing that. That's my thing. But generally, the military is a different animal. I think. I mean, I get it. I just don't really like the guy who went to that place and raped those Iraqi women. When you're supposed to be there in a war zone, yeah, fuck that guy. But yeah, what I want is people in Washington to be competent. So I generally don't talk about the soldiers. I kind of give the soldiers a pass. And then when I do talk about them, if they're coming home and they're racist, then I want you to do something about them. There's a lot of racist ex-military people who become cops. You should look at that, quite frankly. All right, I am gonna go roam the lands of Landia and see if I can make my character. What is his name again? I gave him a great name. I forgot what his name was. All right, it doesn't matter. My homie checked it out and thought it was hysterical. Well, maybe not hysterical, but thought it was pretty funny. All right, thought it was clever. Thought it was witty. How about that? Remember wit, wordplay, puns? Nobody does that shit anymore. Not even the rappers. Shows we're becoming stupider. All right, all right. See me tomorrow, 6:30. Like and subscribe. Um, it's gonna get interesting. It really is gonna get interesting. Uh, Promising you that. I will see you in the next one. And the next one, what is this? I do not like when this thing comes up when I'm streaming. All right, let's do this. Oh boy. All right. I'll see you next time. I'm just trying to lower the dang taskbar because it's blocking the end stream button. Uh let me just click on the thing that it wants me to click on. Okay. So yeah, also like getting up at like 12 at night and then playing video games. is just fun because I'll make coffee and I'll do it and I'll be here by myself and I'm just kind of like I really should be recording this or taping it or streaming or doing something and it's just playing the video game. It's just fun. Uh until it's not fun and frustrating and then I'm done with it. Out the window. Uh all right. That is it for me. Like I said, I'm good to say goodbye like 5 times before I freaking hang up the stream. I will see you tomorrow. The Olympics are on. I didn't even know it. I will see you tomorrow. North Carolina GOP draws political maps are unconstitutional. Yeah, let's just get the war going. Let's just start it. Uh, I'll see you tomorrow, 6:30 p.m. Saturday, January 36th, or February 5th. Either one is fine if you're coming on the True Armor monthly calendar, which oddly enough only has like 10 months in it. Every fourth year and 13 months in it traditionally. January has 37 days. February has 3. Yes, I tell you it's an ugly calendar. Doesn't make any sense. All right. Uh, enjoy yourself. Have a good weekend. Take care of yourself, William. Have a good night. Everyone in the chat, Milton, I appreciate you. Thank you for the donations. Like and subscribe, everybody. Please subscribe to my gaming channel and my YouTube channel. And maybe I should hold this up there a little longer. And awesome things will happen to you. Like what? Like if you like and subscribe, Santa Claus is more likely to put you on the nice list. Me and Santa, we go back. I can't help you get on a naughty list. That's just me and my friends and some super exceptionals. But we can talk to you about it because the naughty list is not what you think in my community. It's so much better to be on the naughty list. All right. Again, for the 10th time, we're leaving it. I'm gonna go play Bannerlord and play video games, and I'm gonna usher in my Friday. I'm craving a cup of coffee right now. Usher in my Friday with a cup of coffee and a marijuana cigarette. Trying to get this stupid thing up, music system set up working, and then I'm tired and I don't do it. And maybe I'll do that tomorrow. Who wants to watch me stream Twitch to see if I can get my music section up and running, even as I only know 4 chords? All right. Whew. I want to thank everybody. Oh, you still can't see me. All right, let's tilt this about that high. All right, that's good. I want to thank everybody. Too many chairs. I want to thank everyone for coming through and liking and subscribing. I hope that you come through tomorrow and help me sort of figure out. Ooh, that's not good. Figure out some of this stuff. So yeah, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be interesting, and maybe I'll mic myself with a lavalier or something. Somehow have to get our Guitar Life up and running. Everyone should have one of these. Although this one is a little confusing. Because this is for music, and it's not for guitar. I should get one of these for guitar. And then there's also all this other stuff. Bar chords, where I keep showing you occasionally, right? Slowly fill your head with shit that you think is interesting, and then one day you'll look up and you will surprise yourself by making a leap in that area. Like I was saying earlier, like I found instead of the course that I was taught, because finding a new chord on my own. Essentially, what happened was, right? Oh God, I hate a wrinkled strap, right? Essentially, what happened was this. This is supposed to be me saying goodbye. Essentially, what happened is this, right? This is a C. See that? C, what is that? B flat and G. I'm sorry. C, yeah, and C, E, and G. That's also down here, right? So, well, this is probably in the wrong place because I'm freaking. But I was like, oh, I don't have to use this one anymore, or this one. I can find it down here now. Where is it? It's hard doing this standing up. I just sit down. Anyway, that's I can't even come up and do it for you. That was my my music revelation of, oh, I can get this one. I'm having trouble with the tonage on a guitar, though. I don't mind telling you, because if you play Happy Birthday to You, I could pick an E up the fretboard or behind the fretboard. And at this point, I don't know which one is correct, right? So yeah, we'll see what happens. That is it for me. I will see you in the next one. Take care of yourself. Peace.